From a little birdie, I heard Buddy home already.
And because Davis just bonded out of the Eternal Guilford Night Center just moments ago.
Hey, Devontae, what do you have to say about the charges against you?
Unfortunately, this is not the first time Davis had made headlines for his run-ins with the law involving domestic. I tried to speak with him back in 2022 as he bonded out of the Broward County Jail.
The woman's upper lip on the right side of her mouth. Eventually, we will find out the identity of this woman, and this woman is the mother of Davis's child. Now, Davis, whose nickname is Tank, he has a 27-0 record with 25 knockouts, and he has been training for a January 7th fight in D.C. against Hector Luis Garcia. All reports that I've seen that fight will still take place. This has been a Kendrick Sports Social 60-second report. I'm Kendrick. You all have a great rest of your Thursday. I'll see you on the other side.
Gervonta Davis continues to face problems as new legal developments have once again placed the boxing star in the spotlight just weeks before his planned return to the ring. This time the focus has shifted to his home in Florida. The latest attention followed Davis being arrested in Miami Beach on July 11, 2025, after an investigation that lasted about a week and was connected to an incident said to have happened at a private home in Doral, Florida. Authorities stated that the case included a report made to local police video footage provided by a family member and a warrant that ultimately resulted in Davis being arrested.
I've been covering suspects bonding out of jail here for several years. I can tell you that this is a first for me because as Davis was walking out of the Turner Guilford Night Center, he had 3 corrections officers surrounding him, not really allowing reporters to get close to him to ask him questions. That said, I did ask those questions as to his allegations. He is accused of striking his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children. I asked him about those charges. He refused to answer our question.
He was found in Miami Beach after an automatic license plate system identified his vehicle. Officers then took him into custody and brought him to the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center, where he was officially booked and processed. Officials confirmed that he was released on July 8 after paying bond. Davis did not make any comments to the media before or after his release. Camera footage showed him leaving the facility while wearing a hood and face mask before getting into a vehicle that was waiting nearby without saying anything.
Come out, you know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic thing, man, but I hope that, you know, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first and then career second. But I just wish both his girl, ex-girl, his kid's mother, you know what I mean, can get things together and
because it was the reported location of the incident, his Florida home has become an important part of the ongoing legal case. Although officials have not shared every detail of the investigation, publicly sources connected to the arrest said that law enforcement carried out routine procedures at the property. There has been no report of any additional search warrant outside of the one connected to the original case. However, the involvement of this private residence in an active legal matter has attracted major public interest. This marks the second time in under 3 months that Davis has been held at the Turner Guilford Night facility. Back in May, he completed a brief jail term tied to an earlier case in Maryland. That matter was linked to a traffic incident in 2020 and led to house arrest along with community service.
You should bring me out a passport. You know, I mean, I asked to see your daughter. You said no, I don't want her to see the police.
I showed you.
You did, but I wanted to see her, and now I'm gonna have to talk to her because she said that when you hit her, it was in front of her, the baby. The 4-year-old.
However, after Davis was found to have broken the conditions of that agreement, a judge changed his sentence to jail time. He surrendered to authorities and served his sentence at the Miami-Dade jail, which is the same place where he was recently booked for the Florida case. The latest arrest is connected to an alleged incident that reportedly happened on June 15, which was Father's Day. Police stated that Davis went to a home in Doral to pick up his 2 children. During the visit, an argument was said to have taken place. A family member who was there shared video footage with investigators. Using that footage and additional witness statements, the local police department forwarded the case for review, and a warrant was issued soon afterward.
Police early this morning on a warrant for his arrest following an alleged incident that happened in June on Father's Day. In the arrest report we obtained, it states Davis arrived to pick up his children from his ex-girlfriend's Doral home and during that process struck her in the back of the head. An investigator said he then proceeded to slap her on the right side of the face, resulting in a minor laceration to the inner area of her lip. Police said the victim was treated at Baptist Hospital where officers responded, but Davis was nowhere to be found.
The Miami Beach encounter took place several weeks later after Davis's vehicle was identified by the city's automatic license plate tracking network. These systems are placed on major roads and regularly check for vehicles connected to active warrants. After receiving the alert, officers carried out the stop and confirmed the warrant through dispatch. He was then taken peacefully to the detention center, where he remained until bond was paid. Court documents indicate that Davis is expected to appear before a Miami-Dade County judge on July 29th. The decision made during that hearing may determine if travel limits or other conditions are placed on him while the case continues. This situation has created uncertainty surrounding plans for his upcoming fight.
Allegedly hit an unidentified woman on the right side of her head with a closed hand slap. The report also says this strike caused a small abrasion to the inside of the woman's upper lip on the right side of her mouth. Eventually, we will find out the identity of this woman, and this woman is the mother of Davis's child. Now, Davis, whose nickname is Tank, he has a 27-0 record with 25 knockouts, and he has been...
Davis had been getting ready for a return to boxing on August 16th in Las Vegas. He was involved in early talks for a rematch with WBA super featherweight champion Lamont Roach Jr., who recently captured the title with a close decision victory. The fight was expected to be a big pay-per-view event, although no official promotional material had been released. Several media reports stated that discussions for the matchup were already at an advanced stage. However, the recent arrest has placed those plans in question. So far, no one from Davis's team has made a public statement. His representatives, legal advisors, and promotional partners have all remained quiet.
Help! Could be a transfer for Parkland. It's pinging at... I need help, please. I'm trying to go home. I have my baby in the car and he attacked me in front of the kids.
Okay, ma'am, repeat the address.
Messing up my tires.
Ma'am.
I need help, please.
Ma'am, repeat the address. I need to send units to you. I need the address.
Please help me. He's gonna kill me.
Ma'am, what's the address?
Please.
I can't send...
This differs from previous situations when his representatives usually released statements or provided updates about his condition. At this time, his team has chosen not to speak publicly at all. He has not appeared at any public events and has remained inactive on social media since July 8th. His silence has increased speculation about what could be taking place behind closed doors. Although Davis has dealt with legal matters before, this is the first time one of his private homes has received this level of attention. The Doral residence is privately owned and has rarely been connected to his public image or media activities. However, authorities included the address in official case records, which brought temporary attention to the property during the investigation process.
Lex says the charge he is facing is battery with domestic. And you mentioned this was an ex-girlfriend, but it is also the mother of his children. That, according to police. Let's show you who we're talking about here. You were looking at the mugshot of professional and well-known boxer, 30-year-old Gervonta Tank Davis. He was arrested by Miami Beach police early this morning on a warrant for his arrest following an alleged incident that happened in June on Father's Day. In the arrest report we obtained, Davis is accused of striking and slapping the mother of his children in the face, causing injuries to her lip.
Over the last few years, Davis has faced several legal cases, with many ending in fines, probation, or short periods in custody. In 2020, he was involved in a widely reported traffic incident in Baltimore that led to a guilty plea. Court documents stated that several people were injured during the incident. After first receiving a sentence of home detention, he was later required to serve jail time after allegedly breaking the conditions of his release. He completed that sentence earlier this year. Many people viewed his return to training and public appearances afterward as a fresh start in his career.
You know what I mean? Everybody else come out. I'm not with the domestic thing, man, but I hope that, you know, he get that straightened out and he get back to focus on his family and his career. Family first and then career second. But I just wish both his girl, ex-girl, his kid's mother, you know what I mean, can get things together. And
Davis was seen training in several gym sessions, and videos of him sparring and working the pads started appearing online in June. Reports during that period indicated that he was discussing plans for 2 fights before the year ends, with one expected in August and another possibly taking place in December. The rematch against Roach was viewed as the most important part of those plans.
His legacy, the kind of fighter, you know, he's been touted to be, and where he's at now, and the impact things like this have on your career.
Well, if you were to compare the arrest rate over the years for prominent boxers with the arrest rate for the average American citizen or citizen of the world, you'll find that the boxers tend to be arrested at a higher rate.
State and national boxing commissions have not made any public comments about the matter so far. The WBA, which governs the title Davis is chasing, has neither suspended him nor provided any update about his standing. Showtime and PBC, which have both been linked to his promotions in the past, have also remained silent since the arrest. No official message has been released on Davis's behalf through any verified account or platform. His court hearing on July 29th is expected to provide a clearer picture of what lies ahead in the coming months. If the court places restrictions on him, travel outside the state for a fight in Las Vegas could be delayed. If he is allowed to travel while the case continues, the fight may still move forward. At this point, no official cancellation has been announced, but promotional activity has not restarted either.
Police said they was called to his baby mama house on Father's Day due to Tank Williams had just stopped by to pick up the kids and left something that they wanted to see, man. The woman said Tank came over, and as usual, he's an aggressive, threatening person.
The Doral residence remains listed in the case records only because of its connection to the initial incident report. No other law enforcement agencies have publicly reported taking any additional action at the property. Investigators have not said whether they plan to return or conduct any further follow-up visits to the home. For Davis, this has once again placed his boxing career on hold. In the past, he has managed to overcome legal setbacks and return to training without much delay. However, this situation is different as an important fight is still pending and his court appearance is scheduled just 2 weeks before the proposed event, leaving very little time.
He ended up getting arrested for allegedly slapping Vanessa during a custody exchange way on Father's Day, bro. Now Vanessa's mom actually ran outside and recorded part of the incident. The video doesn't show the slap itself, but it does show Gervonta throwing some little box at her or something like that.
His boxing commitments and legal matters are now moving forward at the same time, and each could have an impact on the other in the weeks ahead. His team has not confirmed if he has returned to training or decided to put it on hold. No new videos or images from the gym have appeared since his arrest. For fans and those involved in promoting his fight's attention remains fixed on the Miami courtroom and whether any decisions made there will influence his path back to the ring.
There was something in his eye and the referee allowed him to get that. So yeah, Davis is one of those guys. He's a very good fighter, but a bit of a frustrating career. He's avoided some of the best fighters, and unfortunately, that rematch that Lamont Roach really, genuinely deserved, because he should have got his hand raised the first time, but there you go. So they were scheduled to have a rematch, and unfortunately, that rematch has now been...
Lamont Roach has also shared his thoughts about Tank's situation on social media. According to Roach, the news did not come as a surprise to him. Soon after Davis was booked in South Florida, Roach posted, "What I tell y'all, SMH." It was his first public response and came only hours after reports of Davis's arrest started spreading online. The post was brief, but its timing and wording suggested that Roach believed something like this might affect the build-up to their rematch. A few hours later, he posted again with a more serious message. "In all seriousness, hopefully Buddy ain't do that. I don't wish jail on no big if I don't like you or not." The message quickly spread and was shared by several boxing media outlets. It marked a moment when the rivalry took a back seat as Roach expressed concern about the situation Davis could now be dealing with.
Brand new video here. You can see him walking out of the side of TGK using his t-shirt to cover his head, surrounded by correctional officers and what is presumed to be his manager. Now, although we asked him questions about these allegations, he did not say anything to us as he walked out. He just went immediately into the SUV waiting for him.
He later explained that to the best of his knowledge, the August 16th fight date has not changed. In another social media post, Roach wrote, "I heard Buddy is home already. So for all of you people, the fight is still on. The fight is still scheduled for August 16th. We're just waiting on the announcement." This became the first indication from either side since the arrest that plans for the fight were still moving forward behind the scenes. Up to this point, Davis's team has not made any public statements regarding the arrest or whether the July 29th court appearance could impact travel arrangements or promotional duties. Meanwhile, Roach has continued preparing for the fight as planned. His team, including promoter Gary Jonas, is reportedly handling everything as normal. There have been no cancellations, no changes to the date, and no interruption to training camp preparations.
Girlfriend said that he hit her and the kid or something. And then like a few days later, so it's all over the news, TMZ, domestic violence, Gervonta Davis, right? And everyone sees that bad hit piece. And then she comes like 3-4 days later and is like, oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't true. I was in a bad place. And you're not going to see it. It's not going to go as viral.
It doesn't, because I didn't hear about that.
Exactly. So now you have...
So let me tell you something right now, Bradley. The girls that come out and do that and then get proven, basically the girls getting proven wrong and guilty, they deserve to go to jail.
The mood within the boxing world has changed noticeably since the news broke. While many fighters and trainers have chosen not to comment publicly on the arrest, a few well-known names have spoken about it directly. Oscar de la Hoya was one of the most outspoken. Shortly after the incident, the Golden Boy founder shared a clear message aimed at Davis during a YouTube appearance. Get your mind together. The clip quickly spread online and was featured by several boxing news outlets. De La Hoya did not provide any further explanation, and it remains unclear whether he was referring specifically to the Florida case or Davis's overall legal troubles. However, given the timing, many people drew their own conclusions. His message was simple and direct. Enough is enough.
The kind of person who thinks that you have to look at both sides of the story, right? It's not always men are abusive, period. What is the woman doing to cause this abuse? And obviously abuse is never okay, but let's just look at what he has to say to defend himself. Now, I'm so sorry for the graphic picture. I'm just going to show it really quick, but he says that she put poop on his toothbrush and spit on his face. Now, again, abuse is never okay, but he sounds like a victim as well. What do you guys think?
Frank Martin, who faced Davis earlier this year, also spoke about the arrest while attending a training event in Indianapolis. During an interview with local reporters, Martin said, "I think the rematch is going to be a good fight, but I think Tank may get him up out of there this fight." He chose not to discuss the legal situation directly, but made it clear that he believes Davis will stay focused when it comes time to compete. Martin did not say if he had been in contact with Davis or members of his team, but many fans viewed his comments as a sign of support or confidence that Davis can continue moving ahead despite the issues he is facing outside the ring.
Tank Davis allegedly put doo-doo stain on his toothbrush. That is never an excuse to put your hands on a woman, but why would you do that to a man? That's kind of gross. Now, this is the 6th time that Gervonta Tank Davis has been arrested in the last 7 years. Now, the last time he was arrested was on June 1st of 2023 when he the terms of his house arrest involving a hit-and-run case in 2020. Some people are now saying that Gervonta Tank Davis has been arrested more times.
Another person who spoke soon after the arrest was Bernard Hopkins. In a brief interview shared on YouTube, Hopkins talked about how repeated distractions can affect the career of even the most talented fighters, although he never mentioned Davis directly. Hopkins, who has long spoken about discipline and protecting a fighter's legacy, said, "You can have all the talent in the world, but it don't matter if you keep stepping outside the line." While the comment was not specifically aimed at Davis, many people felt the timing and circumstances made the message difficult to ignore.